definitely a very, very reasonable hand to be betting. Cabral cutting out the weirdest possible way that he can call possible.
Well, you can always tell when a guy's exudes confidence when he cuts out the chips he wants to get rid of. There's the call.
Good pair.
Call.
Queen Jack.
No bluff.
Kings? Maybe. Queens? Maybe. Queen Jack? Maybe.
Cabral,
Okay.
for the first time at a loss of
Big
words.
pot.
Yeah, that was a big
Lucky
pot.
River, yeah?
Really? I'm
Lucky
sorry.
River.
I'm sorry, man.
Nah. Unbelievable how lucky you are.
Cabral is salty. Can we get some PJ salts in
I think
the
I
chat,
was
please?
good before that.
He's not entirely telling the truth there.
Well,
You
what
don't
he
mind
might be
picking
saying is
PJ?
Lucky River because you get to bet.
Let's go.
You know, saying that like on most
I
rivers
prefer
he's
hit
probably
four.
going to check back. So like, wow, you got really lucky to get an
But
extra
get nothing.
1.3
Yes.
mils.
With quads,
But honestly,
tough to
Cabell's
get money.
probably like,
Two pairs.
wow, Lucky River, I had King
I
Jack.
still cry
Yeah,
because
I
of this hand.
As we did last night, we got another wonderful deal from you guys in the back of the
Once again, you are watching the 2017 World Series of Poker Europe. We are in Rosbadov. 27 players remain, 20 cash. We are approaching the bubble.
What's a min cash?
Ich bin mit einer Kiste mit Italiener gefahren, habe
That's it.
bezahlt fürs Essen und
Yeah, they
danach
pay
500
15%,
Scheine
so.
gekauft.
Fair enough.
Okay, I want sushi, so I play very tight. I need to wait for dinner break.
Okay.
Which I'm kind of surprised about. I thought they might only pay
No,
12.5%.
then you are not invited. Only for active
So I
play.
mean, cash would be closer to
Like
like
you said
40.
yesterday.
But you could,
I don't know, I think generally WSOP pays
Get out now.
50%.
Yeah, 10 minutes early.
No, you can skip the line.
You can cherry pick the best
The
stuff.
entrance is only for active players.
That's not true.
No, seriously.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Because today it's big company there.
Have fun, boys.
The big chips are too.
Cabral is all in.
Yeah.
Holland.
See if Fedor can pick up a
Nietzsche
hand.
21 Millionen, Gas 16 Millionen.
No.
Zwei Vase.
Second one.
Yeah, he saw the first one. He got
Ace
excited.
4. Ace 4.
Ace 4, Cabral's saying.
Good lay down.
Fedor was not folding
Ace
Ace
4
4.
offsuit.
His score is called.
No chance.
No.
Believe me.
Fedor plays.
I don't even think, I mean, I think if he saw the first one was an ace, I don't think he even wait to see the
Probably
second
doesn't
one.
even need to look at the second one now.
Yeah.
Bin ich mehrmals eingekauft? Dreimal?
There's the salt. Salt coming out.
Love it. Love to see it.
Nicht meine Liga.
Gambol.
Gamble.
Gambol.
Gamble.
Gamble.
Achso, ich bin Big Blind.
You guys are gamblers. Gamblers.
Did you win the blackjack satellite as well? I did. No.
20. Blackjack satellite?
240 geschnappt. Ernsthaft? An einem Tag. Oder einen Tag verloren.
Gio Murray asking if Leon is allowed to play the events held at his casino. He is, but he's opted not to. So I spoke to him yesterday. He said he just wanted to play host.
Okay, cool.
You know, he just figured. He said this is it's a big event for him and for his casino, and he wanted to
That's cool.
be the host that he could be. You know, and put his attention toward that.
Why is Cabral tagging?
Martin, you want to push? I don't want to bust you. So please
I would
fold.
love to.
Please fold and then we can go eat sushi together.
We have some time left.
That's great.
Because Fedor, I must
Are they about
call
to go on dinner
almost
break?
with every hand.
I would assume so. Let me double check.
All in.
There you go.
You don't want sushi.
Wait, what?
He did move all in. Okay, so the tank was for
With 8-5 off? Is our reader correct?
You did. Oh, P doing calls.
All in call.
Wait, he actually has 8-5
How
off.
can you call ace
He
high?
really has 8-5.
You're crazy. Just crazy.
Yeah, he's really
And
crazy to
that's
call
it,
with
that's
ace-10 when you're shoving
Maybe
8-5
six
for
on top of
19 blinds.
Maybe.
Whoa, what just happened?
Crazy call.
Caprell doesn't like
I've
playing
never
short
seen
stacks.
Wow.
No, I would never call that.
I would never call that he's saying. Oh, no. Come on. Let's see an ace.
The worst thing is, by the way, if he beats him, he's just
Yeah,
going to
we are
criticize him
6
for calling all day.
Maybe coming, maybe not.
How about a 9 for a sweat? Come on.
No.
Oh,
What
Maybe still coming, maybe not. Still 6 outs. Lucky. Lucky river.
lucky. How much?
a lot.
So this is
oh, there's no justice.
1, 2, 3, okay? Okay.
There is no
1,
justice.
2, 3,
Not the fault.
4, 4, 1, 4, 2, 4, 3, 4, 4, 4, 5, 4, 5, 25, 4, 5, 50, 4, 5, 75, 4, 6. 4, 6, 30.
4, 6, 30.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's gotta be
Look
frustrating.
at Goose.
Let's
Look
see
at
if
Goose's
it's or
face. He's just
4,
like
6, 30.
Russian school?
Russian school,
Czech school? Czech.
Czech school.
Pavel. Pressure.
I saw this one time Phil Helmut shove this, so that's how I learned. Phil Helmut shove it.
I don't think so. Wow, that was a crazy
Crazy
shove.
Crazy. Just crazy.
Sushi must be really, really, really good.
This is mine.
It's pretty incredible, though, to berate someone for calling all in with ace-10 when you're shoving 8-5 offsuit.
Because I just entered.
I take my pot.
I entered 100.
You put 100?
No, he just put that in. I think you took 100 off.
100?
I had, either
I don't know. It's possible, but I don't know.
I mean,
what
just
is this
count it.
100? It's yours, and this is your 40, no?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. I am not positive.
I mean,
I'm not
Cabral
invested,
can
but,
literally count
it
his
looks like anti,
count,
anti,
right?
and his anti.
Yeah, he just
I
got
don't know.
he
He's
just
got to have
doubled up.
4, 6, 3 times 2, plus
Plus
70,
70.
7 times 4, 40,
can you
just
check
280.
Yeah,
So 9 to
you
260.
don't know how much you didn't know.
I thought I had 1.9 and I threw one in.
So you think you're missing now 100?
Yes, I think so.
Okay.
9,260, 9,380 with Fedor small, so 9,380, and then
I'm 90% sure that I threw in 100,
I don't know.
and he just won the last.
I mean, it's
pot.
super
I won the
easy.
pot and I take all the chips.
Yes.
And there is anti,
70.
there is anti, and there is maybe anti.
No, I saw him. 9 million.
So this is the tournament director,
I can
Luca.
count. How much was my all-in? That's the good.
There you go.
How
They
much
finally
was?
figured it out.
30.
Okay, I count my stack. That's fair. So this is 5, 7, 8, 8, 8. This is 9 million. Okay, this is my anti actually, but 9 million, and this is 9.5, 9, 6, 9, 7. So
You should have
Yeah.
9, 6.
Yeah, so he has 100K too much. Yeah,
how much was my all-in? How much was all-in?
4, 6,
I
30.
think they took 100 of them.
30. 30.
Okay, so 9,260,000.
Yes.
1 second. 1,960,000. 1,260,000. 1,280,000.
I like, by the way, Sondheimer, really good at math because he figured it out like 9 minutes ago.
He's 100% right. He definitely took the 100.
760. 760, right?
660.
9,660. And I have what?
9,760.
9,660, yeah? 9,660. Okay, so it's easy.
The Cabral show,
7,
folks.
8, 9.
Goes all in with 8-5
9,
offsuit for 19 blinds. Gets there
9,
versus
6,
ace
And
10.
waste
70,
11
so
minutes
this
of our
is-
Steals the 100K
Okay.
chip.
Sorry about it. Yeah, okay.
Steals the 100K chip.
It's alright. Thank you. So this is mine.
Fedor is
Good
not
idea.
impressed.
Thank you.
Where's this 40 now from?
From me.
Well, you hear Padoon
Oh,
say,
it's your small blind short.
Okay, this is
you guys
Fedor's
don't move
and
all
this
in, I
is,
don't want to
the
knock you out.
increment
Fedor
of
just
small
goes,
blind.
I do.
Yeah.
120 is small blind.
Fedor is very clearly not a Cabral fan.
10 behind, but you get me change.
1-4.
Yeah,
Give me
it's,
1-8.
okay, it's okay.
1-8.
186, 187.
Sorry about it.
And by the way, guys, listen, when you watch something like this and you see all these superstars playing and you're thinking, man, where's the value in this? I guarantee you, like Sondheimer and Fedor, when they see somebody shoving 8-5 offsuit in the button, they're like, oh, there's value.
There's the value. Yeah. I want to go back to. I want someone to make a GIF out of Sondheimer's face there.
Right? Huh?
He's like Czech school of poker, Russian school of poker, Czech school of poker.
If somebody makes a GIF of that and sends it to me, I'll put it as my, I'll make it my Twitter profile picture for a while.
Nice.
The good thing is that I can win 100 more now, yeah? That's a good thing.
Fedor is so over it. Look at him.
Yeah.
How
This
much
is
you
where
have
he has
last
to use the prime mind.
11?
He needs
He
to. He needs
really-
to tap. He needs to plug those headphones in, tap into that prime mind.
We're all about plugs, man. It's great.
Limp.
6-4, 214.
There's some crazy stuff going on here. Is Fedor really about to ship it? No, okay.
7-4.
Oh no.
See if Padoon just calls or decides to raise. Looks like he's going to raise.
Which is reasonable.
Yeah, I mean, totally reasonable.
8-8.
He's gonna get limp raised as well.
795.
Ooh, and Troyanovsky has King 10 suited.
He could call.
Yeah, I mean, I'd expect him to call.
Expecting this to go 3 ways to the flop most of the time. I mean, honestly, Troyanovsky could put in a 3-bet here.
6, 8 Millionen, sowas habe ich als Stadt gelesen.
I don't think he will. I think he's way more likely just to call.
Ich gehe fest davon aus, der Stapel immer.
Oh, he's gonna fold after that face.
Wow.
Das mitbekommen, als ich ihn
7,
für
95.
Well, if there's any justice, you'll see a call here.
Too much, man.
No, he's
Cabral
gonna,
tries to trap, and the
much.
flop comes out.
I mean,
Ace 10-3.
He could actually. I don't. Well, again, I mean, we just saw Cabral make a crazy all-in with 8-5, and now he's open limp the cutoff the next hand with Ace-King. So, I'm not gonna try to assume anything that Cabral's doing anymore.
7, 95.
I prefer a raise here, but I wouldn't hate a call. Would you hate a call? Kind of keep in bluffs. You
I
keep
mean,
in
I
weaker,
don't even want to
you
comment
keep
on
in
this
weaker
hand because
aces.
I would never in a
Nothing
million
behind
years
it.
leave
Right.
Ace-King suited in the cutoff, so I would never be in this situation.
Yeah, no.
This to me is just like a crazy weird limp. And no, now that you've done this, you almost certainly want to raise. I mean, you got what you wanted. You know, someone put in chips out of position.
I have one odd here, so that's fine. 7,
He does just call crazy. Man.
He's going to call. This flop
95.
comes out ace-high. Padoon's going to lose a lot of chips. Well, like I said, if there's any justice, the flop will come out ace-10 blank.
That would be that would be fun.
Nope. Queen high. And that, of course, is the problem with, you know, you limp and you call this raise with ace-king, and you're just like, okay, I'm guessing.
Really bad flop for both of them, especially for Cabral, though. He doesn't even have a backdoor flush draw. Padoon does have the betting lead here, though. And Cabral should have a ton of hands like, you know, 7-8 suited, 9-8 suited, 5-3 suited, maybe, you know, stuff. I would just expect him to be doing this with suited connectors a lot more, so I bet it seems pretty good here. Padoon really seems to size most of his post-flop sizes pretty small.
Haben wir jetzt nur noch Begenti-Levels, Alter.
Du sollst eigentlich ein bisschen Spaß haben.
You know, somebody's mentioning in the chat, he says Cabral's a legend, he's got the whole table pissed off. I never understood why people equate that with being a legend. Like, oh, You've got everybody in the poker room really pissed at you.
I guess people just assume that, like, you know, that's like good for them. God, this is going to check down now, and Cabrera's going to win and look like a genius. Honestly, decent chance Padoon just 3-bets this pre-flop, though, if Cabral raises.
Yeah.
You know, I don't really strike, Padoon doesn't really strike me as the kind of guy that takes, like, you know, Jack-10 offsuit here and, like, pumps it versus this limp, so. I don't really expect him to have, like, a crazy wide range. This is probably close to the bottom, if not the bottom.
See if Padoon can fire into the bullet here, and now he checks.
Yeah, so this probably just checks through, and barring an ace-king or 10 river, probably just checks all the way down. Even a 10, it's just going to check down. An ace or a king, though, we will see at least one bet put in.
We know 1 king is dead, 1 10 is dead, and obviously you see the aces there, so.
How do we know a king or 10 are dead?
C1 fold to king 10.
Oh, yeah, shit. Nice. I'm a bit tired.
Check, check. That's okay. I was you yesterday.
This is going to go check through.
I arrived yesterday at like 8 in the morning, and then took a 2-hour nap, and then jumped in here all day. But like I said, I got a good night's sleep and went to the spa. Felt pretty good. And then Padoon checks, and Cabral probably pretty happy to get the showdown with ace king at this point.
Yeah, for sure.
I check.
6 check.
Shitty same hand.
Watch Goose Squish's face.
We should just have a
Gamble, yeah?
camera just on him.
Gamble?
What gamble?
You gamble. Ace 10.
I check.
You 2 times ace 10. Bet call and now bet raise. Crazy. Unbelievable, really. Okay, now tight is right, okay? Bubble. Bubble.
We are far from bubble.
Crazy. You don't care about bubble? No? Ace 10. What a hand.
Limp ace king. Ah.
Huh? I mean, I was a little bit hoping that Fedor finds some creativity. But he did not. He's too smart. Too
Fedor down
smart.
to 8 big blinds. Cabral now back up to 48 bigs.
But it's
Cabral
all
just
right.
playing like a crazy
Better to win
maniac
small
and
pot than no pot.
just raking the chips. Cannot be enjoyable for Fedor to sit and watch him.
No, and that's his game. I mean,
Yeah. Lucky river, yeah?
he's not the kind of
Ace
guy who
on the
wants to
river,
grind a
we
short
have
stack.
some game.
Obviously.
Bet, raise, all in, call. Ace 10. I know how you play ace 10.
Yeah, sure.
Very aggressively. Very aggressively.
It's the Cabral show, folks. Fedor. Oh, God. So frustrating.
Is there anything worse than like now you've got like sub 10 big blind stack and you just go card dead?
So frustrating to get it folded to you in the cutoff with 7.5 blinds and then just have to fold it.
Stimmt. Drückt was gut rein, gewinnt, easy. Aber jetzt wieder ein paar Stunden warten gönnen.
Such a fucking aggravator. He's just trying to get Fedor to change his 100Ks for Cabral's oranges.
Was he?
Yeah, I just heard Fedor say, "No, I don't want to change." Frank feeling the Jack Deuce offsuit here in the big line. A loose call.
I kind of forgot there was anybody else at the table for a while.
Like I said, man, it's been the Cabral show here.
Pair aces here for Padoon on the button.
I will be leaving momentarily. I think they go on a dinner break soon, but I will be leaving soon. Probably go on a dinner break in about half an hour.
Vladimir,
Yes.
you know how you look? You look like, what is the
Dinner break
The small
is
one
in 30 minutes.
where is,
I
the place?
believe
Where is the devil? What is the place?
we might be
Please.
getting Felipe Ramos after dinner.
Nice.
What is the place? Where is the devil?
There.
Yeah, where is he? What is the place?
Hell.
Hell, yeah. And there are like smaller ones. I don't know what is the English word for that, but you look like one of them from one Czech fairy tale, you know? Like, you have the good visage. I show you a picture later, really. You will
just
feel
called him like
that.
one of Devil's
You will look like that. I show you the picture, okay?
Cabrell is
show
too
you.
much, man.
Just amazing, amazing same guy. No, really. With the beard.
He's got a really solid unibrow going on there, too.
It doesn't work.
Strong. Full and complete.
Someone from hell is a good.
I mean, again, in all fairness, he's annoying.
I will show you. No,
I'm not
it's
disputing
one
that.
actor, like actor
but
from some fairy tale.
he hasn't
looks
done anything
exactly in
at
the
the
fairy tale
table.
like you.
The 100K
That's-
thing was honestly a little bit obnoxious.
That was definitely obnoxious. But it might have been, in all fairness, it might have been
And it's
an
honestly-
honest mistake.
Oh no, it almost certainly was. I mean, maybe actually, I don't know.
I don't know. I have no idea.
That's
It
what
might have
you
been an
say?
honest mistake. It's like, okay.
Definitely shouldn't say it almost certainly was.
Okay.
Can I buy 100?
If the positions were reversed and Fedor had taken the 100, I would say that was 100% a mistake. Pretty reasonable spot for a 3-bet. We haven't seen any 3-bets really pre-flop. When was the last
Saw a
3-bet we
few
saw?
earlier on before you got in.
I guess getting close to the bubble, but we haven't seen. I haven't seen a single 3-bet since I sat down. I don't think. Was that 1.2 mil?
I mean, I will say today,
1.7, okay, that
we
was-
saw a lot yesterday.
Oh, hello.
Has Frank committed himself?
Nah, I don't think so. I think Schrippert's got 6 million.
Does he have 5? He's got like 5-5.
5-5.
So it'll be like 3-8 back over to Frank.
He's probably committed himself then. It's going to be super duper close. He's going to be getting effectively 2-1. I don't know. It's going to be a really tough spot, I would guess, for him.
Oh,
Somebody made 4, you know?
there's the all-in. Oh, it's 5-8. Okay, it's a little bit more. So it's 4-1 the call, and you are getting 2-1.
And he did snap muck it.
Wow.
I mean, you're getting close to the bubble.
Right.
Hätte ich mal komplett
Vladimir?
für 3-Bet gegen dich.
You open and he makes 17?
Wäre mega nice.
He makes 17 and all in fold, yeah? Okay.
Martin is back in
Now
the
he's
business.
gonna tell Frank how loose he is.
No.
Who are they moving?
I will miss you.
I think they're just coloring. Oh no.
Pleasure.
They're
moving
moving
somebody.
Goose, I
Me.
think. Goose, I think. Yeah.
Ah,
Next time, please don't call clock on me, okay?
I never did.
No, you did.
Gib mal die
You did.
5000.
Not in this tournament.
Yes, from the small
Kriegst
blind.
gar nicht alles da rein.
he's
From the
confusing
small blind, you're getting nervous.
Sonheimer
You
and
remember?
Nick
From the small
Petrangelo.
blind.
Well,
And
someone
they
else,
couldn't
Where
look
I
further
win the big pot. No.
from
It
each
was
other.
you.
Das sind
No?
so 8 wieder,
I
oder?
didn't call clock today on anyone.
I think it
Ach,
was you,
das
but
jetzt so ist,
if I'm
I
mistaken,
think I know better.
if I'm mistaken, I apologize. But I was.
Yeah, I remember it was actually 100% Nick
Nice
Petrangelo,
try.
5,5 starke Hand.
which is kind of funny. It's a 90-minute dinner break, man. They take a
Hey,
long
Kate,
time to eat,
nice.
considering
Nice
the
flow
food's
roll.
here.
Ich hatte 5-8 im Kopf.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess this is like one of the few places where
Wow,
it's
this
actually
is so
reasonable to have
dirty.
less than a 90-minute dinner
But
break.
That's what I mean.
now we can enjoy
When you're in Vegas, you need a
Diese
90-minute dinner
ist
break
so
each
gezeichnet.
other
das ist
for
schon
more.
just to get to a restaurant.
Generally 90 minutes should be
think
the
Ich glaube, es ist gut für dich, dass ich meine Hand nicht
60 or
Enjoying
75 minutes, it's just like there's no point.
Or don't have a dinner break.
Yeah,
Right?
you shouldn't have a
did?
dinner break if you're going to make it 60 minutes long.
But here, you could have it 60 minutes with that.
For sure,
shot.
for sure.
Cut off?
No. I'm not
where
speaking
you
about that
going?
hand. I'm speaking about
There
the
was
small,
me going.
small versus big. Small when I raise you
Warte,
on
aren't
the
you
river big.
moving, Steffen?
You never raised me on the river big today.
I raise you on the river big. On the ace 10 jack. Sorry,
No, it was not me.
it was you.
You're not getting moved now?
No, not getting moved.
What? Fucking
Goose
slow.
is like, nope, that 100% wasn't me. I know I didn't call the clock today on
How much
anyone.
you have now
anybody.
about,
And
please?
Martin's just
Small
like,
blind?
nope, it was you. It was you.
7.
Thank you.
I mean, I guess it just then there you go. Okay, fine. It was me. What do you want me to say?
Nope. You didn't raise me on a
Oh,
river.
What
hello.
happened?
Tonka's a fighter, man. He's sitting here struggling.
Hello.
You can see it.
I'm going to leave after these
It's
aces.
okay. Yeah?
You did pretty well, though, dude. It is,
I honestly did not expect to stay here for this long. I
Okay.
expect to stay till like 8:30, 8:40, and it's now 9:10 almost.
yeah, 9-10.
6.
By the
and
time
3
you get in
times
your
top pair.
room and get to bed, it'll be like 10 o'clock. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
You can still move him. It's okay. It's a nice guy.
Or they're not moving him now.
No, they're not.
Oh, good. Apparently somebody just got knocked out because they're about to move
Yeah,
him.
I guess so.
I'm kind of glad.
All right, all right. All right, nothing there. Skews got a little playable hand in the big blind. See, Schripper,
Well, anything's playable. He's going to play 7-4 here.
yeah, that's a good hand, though.
Oh, definitely Queen 10.
How do you select the first table?
See, thinking
Is
of
he considering 3-betting, or is he just kind of balancing his timing?
both? Mostly balanced, I would think. I don't really think he wants to squeeze this hand, but... Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Yeah, he's gonna cost him a little bit, possibly.
He's also got the Queen of Diamonds, you know, which is just like even nicer. But
How are you playing aces here when you have the ace of diamonds? So
You're betting. You're
This
betting.
puts
against 2 players.
It's still a pretty wet board, and it's not like, you know, listen, like if a diamond rolls off 3 ways, it's not like, oh, you know, it's not a big deal. Like,
Right.
if it's a deuce of diamonds, yeah, sure, that's fine. But like any 5+ of diamonds, it's pretty shitty.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
9
5,
to
7,
10, a
5,
jack.
7, 9, 10, jack, king. These are all bad cards. I mean, you have the backup. You definitely just want to bet. And they're gonna go
Sondheimer,
heads up.
I assume it's
Sondheimer-
always calling here.
Oh yeah. Can never do anything else.
Both these players have a ton of chips.
Do they? Does Goose still have heaps? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't see him lose any pots.
Oh! Wow.
Look at that. Now Padoon, only 18% equity, needs a 6, an 8, or an ace.
He could check this one back. I don't think he will.
Yeah, Sondheimer with 11.8 behind.
He does,
Padoon
he
with
does,
12.7. He does
he
check
does.
it behind. Check it back.
Ooh, that's a bad river card for action.
I assume this is going to go like
Bet
1-9 call.
something along the lines of that. I'm not really sure what Sondheimer wants to bet here. Probably anywhere from 1.5 to 2 million, I would assume. Looks like that's a
Oh,
bit
small.
smaller.
Really tiny.
No, 1 million.
1-2.
1, 2. Yeah, I mean, well, I
1-2
said,
into 3-7.
I said 1.5 to 2
Okay.
million, so it's like pretty close, you know. 1.25 makes a lot of sense, of course. I mean, you're giving a really good price to all of Padoon's 1-pair hands. I mean, you even beat 2 pairs, of course, but like, you know, your opponent shouldn't ever really have 2 pairs when he checks back the turn. Shouldn't really ever have any flushes. He could have pocket 9s, I guess.
Yeah.
But it's ace 9 of diamonds he could have. It doesn't really make sense for him to have too many 9s. You know, you're like really happy with in Sondheimer's shoes here, and just be expecting to get called by a
There's the
1-pair
call.
hand most of the time.
And
Lucky she
Padoon
didn't
Death
move
Watch
you.
is on right now.
Remember how we
Very
talked
lucky.
about before
Hey, these cases.
how to be the best tournament player? You flop a set versus
all the
top pair
tricks.
when the button raises. You know, it's also really good to turn 2 pair
Sure,
when your
sure.
opponent has aces.
Sure. Yeah, I see.
Eddie,
I see.
it is 9:10 p.m.
Okay.
The Mook says, hey, Tuck, can you make sure
Yeah,
Tonka's
he has
sarcasm
Queen 10,
detector is
relax.
working all right?
What's wrong with my sarcasm detector?
I don't know.
There was one
What
spot
happened
before
before?
where I
Raise,
wasn't
call,
sure
call?
if Frank was being sarcastic or not.
And then classic Daniel betting. Bad, yeah?
Yes, that. Just thought for a second about check raising the river, but
Check raising the river.
He's got all those chips.
just bet.
No, he check
At
on the
14,
turn, no?
16 million or so.
Yeah, somewhere in that neighborhood.
That's what I meant by check bet, you know? Checking the turn means that.
Fedor,
Was
still on just fumes.
Yeah.
Still just livid.
I'm Jan, I'm on the button. I want
Yeah,
maximum
Fedor
amount of money in
definitely
the middle.
at risk
Yeah.
of bubbling this.
And he's got 4-3 off.
Yeah, he will jam.
He's only got about 7 big blinds right now. And he is the big blind next hand. Not looking good for him.
Not a sweet situation to be in.
Too legit to quit. Wants to know if Tonka already bust the main. No, he didn't play. Playing tomorrow.
Play tomorrow. But honestly, a reasonable question.
Yeah.
Because 1A was today. And also, if you play 1A, you can re-enter 1B.
Was there any inclination, thought of playing today?
Not really, man. I'm just way too tired.
Yeah. I'm surprised you didn't get here a day early.
I left on the 3rd.
No, I understand what I'm saying.
I don't know.
I thought you'd want to play both days if you needed to.
I probably should have. I probably should have.
It's good luck Igor is not here. Very
What's
good
Fedor
luck.
doing? Is he?
Otherwise, he would call time on it. Very good luck.
Weird tank. With 4-3 off under the gun.
Okay,
with 7
first
blinds.
walk of the day, Stefan.
Yeah, I mean, I thought maybe I was like, but they're like still 24 minutes away from dinner.
Yeah, they're not close.
Right.
That's the guy who plays heads up.
And Fedor doesn't strike me as the kind of
The
guy who's
heads up
like
guy.
tanking to get to dinner.
Heads up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If he beats Leon, he must be pretty good.
Fedor, by the way, I think is in for 2 bullets. Frank raises in the cutoff with ace jack.
Very reasonable 3-bet holding here.
Schwippert lets it go. Sonheimer's not
What is
going
the
to play
raise,
that.
525?
Then again, you know, also coming up to the bubble, and he doesn't really have the 3-betting kind of stack. I think he's at about 7 million, just under 30 blinds, so it's not a great spot to keep it. We should see a flop here. Unless Cabral is open shoving 8-5 off for 20 blinds, but not defending his big blind with queen 3 suited, which would be shocking to me.
Tonka brought up the bubble, and I know, generally speaking,
start with?
you should
You
think
can see
of
for
bubbles
yourself.
as,
Thank you.
you know, how many buy-ins it is.
Right, but the money might be like, oh my god.
But the
it's
money
100.
is right. I mean, listen, if you play a $300 tournament and the bubble is 550, that's not the same as when you play a 100K and the bubble is 150.
Thing is, this is just a relative. This is just relative, though. Like, obviously, if you or I are in this spot, we're like, fucking hell, 157K min cash, come on, baby.
525?
You know, but all these guys play 100Ks.
Yeah.
Literally, all of these guys play 100Ks on the regular.
But meanwhile, though, all I know is those.
Good luck
I
to
would
you.
bet a lot of money that this bubble will last longer than a random, you know, $1,000 tournament bubble.
Sure, but I think that's probably because people are more aware of the ICM implications. So they are going to play tighter. And just
better.
And better. And just in general, at the high stakes, you know, play is a decent amount slower.
Makes sense. 7 high flop, pair of 3s here for Cabral. Frank does have the ace of hearts.
Boom.
And there he hits the ace. Cabral does not like that card.
Not even a little bit.
Pot is 1.45 million. He likes to check his cards like 6 times every hand.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's some sort of live tell with that. I know you like laugh at live tells, but I'm just wondering.
I don't laugh at live tells. I try not to give off live tells.
Right.
Because I know that some people are genuinely good at like reading live tells. I think like live tells for like the general populace is stupid.
Yeah.
Like for me or you to be like, or not even me or you, but like for like your average like 1-2 or 2-5 grinder or like, you know, guy that plays $500 tournaments, for those guys to have like some sick live reads, I think that's pretty unlikely. But some of the guys at the highest stakes that play 100Ks, absolutely, I believe that they do pick up on some solid live reads sometimes.
I just wonder, I mentioned this yesterday. There was one guy who like, every time he had like headphones, so he'd take the bud out of his ear in certain spots, he'd put the glasses on, and I just kind of pointed out, I go, the more gadgets you have and the more things you do,
the more chance you give yourself to fuck up.
Right, and I just wonder, like in Cabral's spot, he does look at his cards so often.
Well, I mean that's fine though, as long as you do one or the other, right? As long as you look at your cards like once and you know your cards and you remember them, that's fine. Or as long as you look at your cards like 6 times in every hand. Because if you look at your cards like 4, 5, 6 times in every single hand, then like how is someone supposed to pick up on it?
You bluffing?
Nothing from Frank.
King Queen, yeah?
Frank is
King
done.
Queen of Spades.
Not even like some friendly banter.
Yeah. I can feel it.
It's getting to that point, you know, where they're all like, oh, dinner break's almost here. We've been playing for 9 hours.
Is there a redraw?
Cabral is just running so hot. Like, fucking hell.
Maybe if you take another 2 minutes, I get moved.
Ah, that's what Fedor was doing.
To new table?
What?
I just don't want to play my big blind.
What was he doing?
This is good table.
He was tanking because maybe he gets moved, right? Because the big blind, the next big blind is
My
always
strongest
the one that
position.
Yeah, but don't they usually
This
move you
hand I
into the big
broke it.
blind?
You bluff
Yeah.
me, eh?
Usually.
They usually take the
Germany.
big blind and move you into the
You
big
bluff
blind.
me?
The price was 800,000 to find out.
800,000, yeah? You are very lucky. Very lucky.
He tells
I had a
everyone they're
pair.
very lucky every year.
I called the pair, yeah. Sounds crazy, but it is how it is.
Frank with King 10 offsuit. He's going to stay aggressive. He raises in the hijack. Seems pretty reasonable.
What is this?
Ooh, and Schwippert with ace queen off.
Probably see it all in here. Not really a hand that you want to induce for with like.
What does he have? 30 bigs? 29 bigs?
I think he has just under. I think he's like 27 or 20. How much is that there? We can count this. That's 5, 7, 8 million. Oh, he's got over 8 million actually.
So he's got like
he's got
33 bigs, 34.
He's got, like pretty much dead on 8 million. Yeah, it's 34 blinds.
Is this a 3-bet call off then?
Whoa, this is a big raise by the way. 750,000.
Yeah, I assume he's doing that to. Is that because Fedor's in the big blind with only 7 bigs?
Yeah.
It's amazing how these guys are so aware of every single spot. You know what I mean? In live poker.
Wow, and Tripper just calls.
Yeah, I guess he just didn't want a 3-bet call off. I mean, I don't know.
I mean, with over 3 big blinds out there as an open, I feel like it becomes a lot more reasonable to shove.
Right. As opposed to make it like 9x and have 20.
Yeah, that's
24x behind.
Yeah, that's just not going to be great. It's either a call or a ship there, I think. I mean, I really don't think that Frank is ever going to, like, you know, pile it in with, like, ace-3 suited. I mean, Cabral obviously Hollywooding, but, like, he does have a hand that plays reasonably multi-way, so, like, he could be calling.
He might call this.
It's not unreasonable.
No. Fedor.
We're going to go heads up to the flop, though.
Fedor has had like at least a 3 or 4 or 6 in his hand every single time over the
So
last like
frustrating when that
45
happens,
minutes.
that live poker, man, and you just fold down from like 15 down to like 5 blinds, and there's just literally nothing you can do about it.
It's really weird too because I've had the privilege of commentating on Fedor numerous times, and it's usually him just dominating, playing amazing poker, and just winning flips, hitting cards.
Just being very fortunate.
Being Fedor.
Yeah.
It's
like I tell my stream all the time, you know, like Fedor, very obviously one of the best players in the world. But no matter how good you are, you cannot have the success that he's had without running like God.
Yeah. By the way, I mean, Schwippert's got to have a pretty strong hand here when he flats a 3x open with just 34 bigs behind, right?
Yeah, and he's obviously going to be checking back like ace-jack, I guess.
9s, maybe? What would he do with like 9s?
I think he would have just shoved 9s free.
Okay.
I think 9s would have been a very easy shove free. Honestly,
What about like queen-jack suited?
He would have called or folded pre-flop. He probably would check back the flop if he had queen-jack suited, but I think he probably would have just folded.
No, and Frank's going to bet now, and Schwippert's just in a terrible spot.
Big bet as well, 1.4 to 2.1. Not a big bet, but very reasonable size bet.
Right.
Out of position after you check the flop.
It's a hand it's a bet that's probably going to get ace-queen to fold.
Definitely.
It was actually funny yesterday. So Sam Trickett, who's kind of been a little bit away from the tournament scene for a while, sat down yesterday with Bryn Kenny and asked Bryn, he said, hey, so what do you think of Fedor? And Bryn was like, I don't want to say on the, we're on the live stream. I don't want to say it here. And then Bryn spent the next 9 minutes talking about Fedor. It's pretty classic.
Yeah.
Oh, they're going on break now, it looks like.
Ah,
So
okay.
I lied. I said I was going to
You
be
made
5
it
minutes
all the
when I
way to
stayed till
dinner,
break.
my
That's
man.
impressive, dude. Impressive.
You are a beast. Okay, so players are going on a 90-minute break. Say goodnight to Daddy. Tonka is going to bed. Good luck tomorrow, my man.
Thank you, sir. Thank you
And
very much.
2017 World Series of Poker Europe. More action in 90 minutes. When we get back, blinds are jumping up, and we are about 5 away from the money. Things getting really exciting here in Rosvadov. We'll be back in 90 minutes, guys.
players are now on just a dinner break for the evening. I'm joined by Christopher Frank, who is doing incredibly well here at this feature table, around 18 million in chips at the moment. So nice hands you've been getting.
Yeah, I mean, I've just been running pretty hard. People can see it on the stream. I had a lot of very good hands, yeah.
And talk us through some of the players at this table. Obviously, Martin Cabral is a very controversial figure. He said you were one of the best in the world.
I mean, basically what he's saying doesn't matter really much because he's saying so much all day and it's kind of part of his strategy, so yeah. I don't really care for what he says in most situations.
But you did win yourself your first gold bracelet this summer, correct? It was a 1500 event in Vegas. Yeah. How was that feeling? How was that whole experience of getting your first bracelet?
If you're playing poker for like so many years, play so much, and it's always like kind of a dream to win a bracelet, so that was obviously like a great situation. And when I reflected on that, I was like, I played poker so long, and then yeah, for moments like that.
Yeah. But this one is such a huge buy-in event. Like, have you been playing many like really high roller events?
I've played like maybe 10, 25Ks in my life, and this is the first 100K, but I have like not the biggest piece in the world for me, so it's like bricking it wouldn't have been like so bad. Now it's like this, yeah, it's okay sweat now, but not life-changing.
Well, it's looking good for you. I mean, you're one of the top chip counts, so it's about the bracelet as well. I mean, because winning another bracelet here in Europe, and you know, this is big.
Yeah, it would be kind of cool bracelet to win, like winning 100K. Also, if it's like my first 100K, yeah.
And for charity as well, of course.
Yeah, I think it's very great, like how much money gets raised here. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much for chatting with us. We hope to see you do good at the. You're coming back to this table, I believe. These players will remain here at this feature table after the dinner break. So join us back in just a few moments.
Thank you.
$4 million?
4.5.
Check raising it up to 275,000. There's a look at our chip counts. When we last left, Eiler was having a rough go of it. We saw him lose twice last night in the span of about 28 minutes. But as you can see, quite healthy now with over 7 million chips. Those pink chips you see, 500,000. Gray chips are 100,000. Blue chips are 25K. And of course, the orange chips are 5K. Once again, thank you so much and welcome to the show.
$675, right? $670.
Get a raise here from Eiler to 670, and Kenny Holler's got 2 black queens. Both these players fairly deep. Blinds are now 60K, 120K. Players all started with 20 million chips. And there's the 4-bet. Hard to imagine these chips not going in and the cards going on their back. Kenny Holler is not 4-betting the fold, that's for sure. Tanchak knows when he's beat. He's going to get out of the way.
You started with, Kenny?
6.5.
Wow, this is the makings of an enormous pot. Kenny Hollert started with 6.5 million. Eiler started with 7.2 million. This could be a 13 million chip pot when it's all said and done. Welcome, PS Rigged, Lebs22, CR Martin. Thanks for joining us.
All in.
There's the all in. There's the call. Kenny knows he's not four-betting the fold, and it's ace king of diamonds versus queens for 13.8 million chips.
You covered me or I covered you? 6.5.
I think you have me covered.
Eiler does have him covered by just a little bit. Nothing there for Eiler. We saw him lose a race last night. Needs an ace or a king. And now just an ace or a king. And a big double up for Kenny Hollard, up to 13.89 million. He is our chip leader. And Andreas Eiler on life support.
That was Zion last place.
Я посмотрел по поводу.
You're not folding if I shot, right? What?
Alexander with nines. Alexander with the raise, Dom with the 3-bet. And this actually might save Alexander. Had it gone raise, just 3-bet, you wonder if Alexander would have lost a lot more chips. But now with a 3-bet and a 4-bet, nines, the value of nines certainly shrinking.
Got it, Kenny, you got it.
I know you didn't have it. I know you didn't have it.
Yeah, that is why I was thinking about it.
All in.
Eiler all in with the king 10. Once again, thanks so much for joining us. 2017 World Series of Poker Europe, day 2 of the high roller for one drop. We're down to about 48 players out of a starting field of 132 entries.
I don't do too well with these, but after the races.
Someone on Stars says,
After
can
the
we
races.
kidnap Nick Schulman and
Yeah,
bring him
that's
in with the
right.
booth
Yeah.
with you? Let me know. If he was here, I would do a good job. I would try to kidnap him. Unfortunately, I do not believe he is here. All in here. Cards are on their back. Eiler's got live cards. And now the lead. Looking for a pretty much a triple up to 1.3 million. Only a red 8 would eliminate him.
I don't win those.
480.
You can lose those as long as you win the last one.
Yeah, I just don't win those. Almost never, but I have to ball.
Using the voice from the experience.
What? What's that?
You only need to win your last play in a turn.
Shaq raising under the gun with Jack 9 suited. Nothing like, wow, you gotta be kidding me. Nothing like raising with Jack 9 and flopping the stones against a player in the big blind who also has a Jack. Check, check. Kenny open-ended right now, but we know that's worthless. Catch a queen for the win. Catch a 10 for the chop. Let's see how Shaq plays this. He checked back the flop on a Jack 9 board. Pot is 1.35 million. And he calls. The way Kenny runs, you kind of expect the queen to come off. No! He makes the straight. Such a good player, though. I kind of expect him to, well, I'm not sure if Shaq is deep enough. I was going to say, I kind of expect Kenny to bet and then fold to a raise. But we'll see how he plays it. Can't beat kings. Might not think he can get much value from aces. He might actually think he got a bad beat here. I mean, there's a chance he's up against queens as well. When Dan checks back and then calls the turn, you think, what kind of hand might he have? Kenny does bet. Nick Petrangelo joining the table. Kenny bets 900,000. Shaq's going to move all in here, I'm pretty certain. And then we'll see if Kenny can get away from it.
All in.
All in?
And there's the all-in from Shaq.
Can you over here is punishing everyone? Can you is punishing everyone?
This is just almost always a full house. I mean, I would find it very, very hard to believe that Shaq would suddenly take two black queens and say, you know what, I'm going to move all in with this hand. I mean, he could have ace-queen theoretically. But I just don't think he has just a queen here. I think Kenny finds a fold. As difficult as it might seem.
6.8, yeah.
And this is one of those weird spots by checking back the flop, it's actually going to cost Shaq. Had he just, had he fast played this hand and bet the flop, I don't know if Kenny can get away from it, but because the run out was such as it was, you know, you can't beat King Jack, you can't beat Kings, you can't beat pocket nines. You can't beat Ace Queen. Really hard to find a bluff in Shaq's range when he checks back the flop, calls, and now moves all in. Wow, nice laydown by Kenny. Shaq's obviously thrilled right now. We can get one or two in the booth for you. Tryanovsky. Not going to play that, but David Peters is most certainly going to play this.
Mullen.
He called, he called. Familiar.
Maybe fold Mighty Jack 4 suited. I'm pissed.
My eights can't win those.
Cards are on their back here. David Peters all in. And there's a king, but there's the 8. And Alexander Kostritsin has David Peters on the rope and now drawing dead. David Peters, who has had such an illustrious poker career, has been dominating the poker scene for such a long time now, finds himself on the way out, and 44 players remain.
How he doing that in online?
You want online?
Slow.
No?
Slow chips.
What is?
Slow.